was good. Okay, listen. So, I know I'm definitely not supposed to be up here, so we're gonna speedrun this bitch. We're pretty much just doing first impressions. I'm not gonna be doing any hardcore flipping because we're over the concrete. So, just heads up. Now, I received a package from Mr. Brandon Bowsong, Mr. Brandon Baker. Not Bowsong flipping, the other one, Brandon Baker. And, in this package could be one of 4 things. So we're playing a bit of Russian roulette. 3 of the options could be lethal just upon opening. So, hey, not C4. What is this? There are 2 weights in each handle, freshly lubed with carbon honey. Even know you like them dry. Winky face, love. Brandon clone. Yo, you gotta teach your clones how to spell, bro. One of them dropped it off at my house today, right? And I think I maybe only caught him for maybe like 5-6 words, and then he booked it. He ran. So, I don't know if that's normal for them, but just a heads up for you, Brandon. I don't know if that's part of your QA or whatever. Oh, these are the weights. Hell yeah. Oh, it's loose already. I don't know if you tightened it before you sent it, but I am blaming you. I bet it has great tolerances. This is the Stitch. I think that's what it's called. Oh god, I really hope I didn't just get the name wrong. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can see at the bottom, the little X's. If I move my fucking arms out the way, my bad, gang. Yeah, look at that. You can see where, like, which weights are in and which ones aren't. Because these 2 are in, but the top one and the bottom one aren't. That's fucking sweet. I like that part of the design. It's really cool. However, Brandon, I'm gonna rip your face off. You did it asymmetric. They're not mirrored. Look at that. This thing's got a really nice balance. Very momentum based. I had a feeling it was gonna flip like this, so that's why I grabbed another knife that I have to do a review on soon. Which would be this fella. The 1.5 Orion. It flips out pretty similar to the Orion, actually, crazy enough. Balance is very similar, I can tell you that right off the bat. Very good though. Because this thing is like one of my favorites right now. I fucking love this thing. I've been flipping it so much. That's honestly the thing that convinced me to beat it. If it wasn't for the fact that I love this knife so much, I actually would keep it clean. Because, god damn. But yeah, okay, sorry. This isn't a Orion video. But yeah, this flips very similar. Video on this soon. Back to the Stitch. We'll pull it back out of the case. I like the blade a lot. Kukri is sweet. I like the little cutout here. Very sweet. I like the orange peel. Feels very nice. This thing's definitely very, like, competitive oriented, though. That gym thing doesn't do anything, though. I will not lie. It definitely looks cool. I like the, like, 3D print color. Very sweet. I like the translucent red. But, yeah, no, that gym thing is definitely, not it. It does not poke out at all. So, I don't really feel my finger hooking it. And because it's 3D printed with not, like, super aggressive angle, my fingers just kind of slide around on there. Like, I'm not getting any kind of grip from that. But so far, that's the only real gripe. So, you know, we take that. Bam. Thank you, Mr. Brandon, for sending it to me. Thank you, Bandage. Oh my god, I feel like such an asshole right now. I'm so sorry. I can't remember the name of the knife. I can't remember the name of the fucking maker. I feel like such a dick. Whatever. But yeah, that's about it from me, boys. Yo, boys. So, it's finally time. Let's, we're not talking about this today. Today we are discussing and talking about the Stitch. The, Bandage knives, or as, common-based Giga Chad Den viewers would call them, bondage knives. the stitch. So I'm in the pass run for this little fella, and he told me, he was like, you don't gotta make a video, but I would like to talk about this thing. I've been wanting to try one for a little while, so it's pretty cool that I now have the opportunity to. Alright, yeah, we lose the wavy flip so that you can actually see things better. So today we got the stitch, and let's talk about it. So I'm gonna be totally transparent. I don't remember the price on these. I'm not like 100% sure on that. I'm honestly just gonna really talk about like the flipping of it. Let's talk about it. It has 6060, definitely not 6061. It has 6AL4V grade 5 titanium handles, 3D print zippy inserts and spacers with adjustable weights. Yeah, sorry for the sniffles, by the way. I got a little bit of cold. So how's the stitch flip? Well, it's honestly, in my opinion, kind of like a Machine Wise or Fellowship Blades like adjacent. What I mean by that is it has like the longer handle base. If you take a Kraken, bam. So the Kraken is a little bit shorter than the stitch. So the stitch does have a little bit of that floatiness property to it because of the longer handles and the longer overall length. You can still honestly flip this thing pretty quick, even though it does have that floatiness to it. So that is pretty cool. Unlike a lot of other floaty knives, at least in my experience, that don't usually like to move that much. Floatier knives usually don't have as much speed to them or as much responsiveness, but this really does eliminate a little bit of that. Now, part of the reason, at least in my opinion, is because of the blade shape, where all of that weight is at the tip here. Weight distribution, balance, blah, 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 all that bullshit that I usually talk about. But that's part of what made me so excited to try this knife, is because it seemed like it was very momentum heavy. And from my time of flipping it, I can tell you that it is very momentum based. And that definitely does contribute to why it can pick up so much speed. Now the stitch does have the cool thing where you can put like Kraken blades and rep blades on these handles. And I believe the stitch blade is rep compatible, but I could be wrong about that. Now, I don't really care about that. I'm gonna be totally transparent and honest. I am so tired of like, oh, look at this new rep part, look at this new Kraken mod. It's like, I don't care. Like, both are great stock. If I wanna mod the rep, there's already a ton of mods out there. I'm probably not gonna go for your handles, I ain't gonna lie, gang. Now, at least with these, they're a little bit different from other rep rehandles where it's not just, oh my god, look, titanium slabs for the 60th time. They're at least longer and they have like customizable weights in the handles and, they look more unique, if you will. But yeah, the stitch is a very momentum-based flipper. Very neutral. It does carry momentum really good on rollovers. Fans super well. Chaplin's just fine. Now when it comes to like where I would put this in like a flipping category, because I'm autistic like that, it is a little bit unique, don't get me wrong. It's not exactly like it's a run-of-the-mill Kraken syndrome, Bally, but it's also not like a super character heavy Bally. This is like a competitive knife that has like a unique twist to it. The little bit longer handles, the very momentum-centric design, right? Where it removes a lot of the weight from pivot area, center of the handles, things like that, and place them all at the very tips. So, in that regard, it's very momentum-based. It's very, like, again, the balance that me and Grant have described as neutral biased. It's pretty sweet. Like, once you get used to the balance that this thing has, it's really going to be thrown down like a top-tier competitive flipper. Now, I think this is really targeted towards, longer handle flippers, but, ones who want competitive edge to it. Or at least that's how I see it. Ow, fuck. Yeah, I just hit the point, like, straight into my finger. That fucking hurt. But no, this thing's sweet. I'm honestly I'm a fan of this stitch. I might try and get one eventually. Right now I'm just very poor. I think the only thing I've had a couple of troubles with have been ladders, because of this handle profile being so rectangular. My ladders tend to go sideways on this thing a lot. still holding it, and boom, sideways. See what I mean? You go straight to the side of the handle because there's more surface area, so the handle's twisting as I'm doing ladders. And yeah, while that makes it easier to do, like, normally I would go like inside chaplain right on that kind of ladder, but because of how the handles are, I can turn it around like mid-ladder, and then instead of being on the inside to do a chaplain, I could be on the outside to do a rollover. You know, it opens up a cool couple of possibilities if you get more consistent and you have a lot more time, you know, learning it. But I don't have that much time. I only have about a week, but you know, with that week that I had it, it was a very fun flipper. It definitely gave me a different perspective to what a competitive flipper could be. It doesn't necessarily have to hover the range of a Kraken. You know, it can be something different. So, definitely a very, very cool knife. Alright, now really quick, because these screws keep loosening and they're kind of stripped to shit. We're gonna get a sound test and tap test and blah blah blah. Now the tolerances probably could be better, but like I said, the screws are not looking the healthiest. Overall, I'd probably rate the stitch at about, I'd say a 7.5 out of 10. Definitely a very good, solid bally. I think there's a couple of points that I'd probably touch on. Just like a couple of comfortability things, like I'd probably make the handles a bit thicker, just so that it didn't have as much rectangular profile, so it was a little bit more square. Not to a point of like actual blockiness, but just you know, squaring off the ends. But that's probably my only thing is really the thickness, is I feel like the handles are a bit too thin / wide, or at least too wide for the thickness. But yeah, no, I would say add a little bit of thickness, and I think this would be really good. And jimping, because this jimping doesn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, that's about it from me, boys. Again, we give this a 7.5. Very solid, very good knife. I'd recommend checking them out. Bandage Knives. I'm gonna put his ad on screen right there. Go check out Bandage Knives. Oh, come here, cat. There's a butter cat. Look at this butter cat. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, Opal. Thank you, boys, for watching. I will, I don't know. See you in a few months, probably.